Right friends, welcome back to Questions and Answers Advanced. This is 48th week from 23rd to 29th November and we are going to discuss 10 questions as usual, the questions which require in-depth analysis. We are deliberating under this series and now DIPP notifies foreign direct investment norms. You may ask what is the meaning of foreign direct investment? Please listen to news analysis. In recent times, we discussed, deliberated the difference between FPI and FDI. DIPP notifies FDI norms, absolutely correct. DIPP is Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion. It is under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. So, DIPP notifies foreign direct investment norms, and after the notification by DIPP, it has got two routes. One is automatic route, the other one is government route. If the FDI proposal is through automatic route, nobody else approval is required. But if the proposal is to come through government route, it requires the approval of a Foreign Investment Promotion Board. So, if the approval is through government route, that means when the DIPP is notifying norms for FDI, it notifies whether it is through automatic route or government route. If it is through government route, the approval is to be given by FIPB. Second sentence is also correct. FIPB is under the Ministry of Finance is correct, but Department of Economic Affairs. So, please correct the third sentence. FIPB is under the Department of Economic Affairs, Ministry of Finance, and 1 and 2 are correct. 3 is wrong, please correct it, and the right option is 1 here. And please don't forget, when the proposal is through government route, FIPB powers to grant individual FDI proposals at present stands at rupees 5,000 crores. Previously it was rupees 3,000 crores. Now it is increased to rupees 5,000 crores. Right friends, look at the next question. Price Stabilization Fund. Government of India announced Price Stabilization Fund with 500 crores of rupees. What is the purpose of Price Stabilization Fund? The purpose of Price Stabilization Fund is when the essential agriculture commodities prices are rising beyond the limit, then this is the mechanism where the government will intervene, right? So, for those interventions, this Price Stabilization Fund will be used, and government has given 500 crores of rupees over a period of 3 years. Initially in the notification, this Price Stabilization Fund is to be used for potato and onions only, but recently government stated that this Price Stabilization Fund will be used for pulses also. Please don't forget, in recent times pulses prices skyrocketed like anything. So, this fund will be given to states to intervene so as to control the prices of pulses. So, here Price Stabilization Fund is maintained by Ministry of Agriculture. Department of Agriculture and Cooperation will manage this Price Stabilization Fund. Department of Agriculture and Cooperation is under the Ministry of Agriculture, Government of India. This is the nodal agency for Price Stabilization Fund. And second thing is, what is the role of Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution when the prices are skyrocketing? The role of Ministry of Consumer Affairs is it monitors the prices of 22 essential food items. This figure may change, and it asks states to impose the stock holding limits, up to what extent the traders can stock hold. And second thing is to carry out de-hoarding operations. What is meant by de-hoarding? Some of the traders may hoard the materials, may hoard the essential food items with the intention that prices will increase so that they can sell it later on. So, Ministry of Food, Consumer Affairs and Public Distribution will advise the state governments actively conduct dehoarding operations and reduce stock holding limits. That is the role of Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution. Ministry of Agriculture will coordinate with the Price Stabilization Fund with the state governments. Commerce Ministry will assess the gap between supply and demand of various commodities, and Finance Ministry will look at the tax related issues. So, this is the broad spectrum. If the things are to be looked at a broader perspective, suppose in recent times prices of onions escalated and at the same time prices of pulses skyrocketed. So, under those circumstances, what is the mechanism, what is the role of various departments? For that purpose only I have enlisted here. The maximum sentence in a remand home which can be imposed on juvenile convicts is 3 years. What is a juvenile convict? When a convict is up to 18 years of age, or you can say maximum 18 years or less than 18 years, and he committed some heinous crime like murder or rape, under those circumstances also the maximum sentence, and this juvenile is to be sent to remand home, and the maximum punishment is 3 years. This is as per Juvenile Justice Act, which was passed in 2000. And why India passed this Juvenile Justice Act is, India is also signatory of United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child. And why I asked this question is because of the sole reason, all of you are well aware about Nirbhaya gang rape case of 2012 December, and one of the convicts is less than 18 years of age. Under the Juvenile Justice Act, his maximum punishment is 3 years only. He is going to be released shortly. Under these circumstances, parents of Nirbhaya approached Government of India and stated that the convict, after coming out from this remand home, may pose a threat to society, and a lot of debate is going on so as to modify the present Juvenile Justice Act of 2000. So, please don't forget, whatever the heinous crime committed by any individual below the age of 18 years, he can be sentenced to maximum prison term, or you can say maximum term in remand home will be 3 years or 36 months only, and the opinion in the country is divided to increase this punishment. Japan is planning to deploy troops near the disputed Senkaku Islands. These are in East China Sea. I would like to tell you few points with regard to disputed islands around Japan and China. One is the Senkaku Islands. They are also called Diaoyu Islands. These islands are situated in East China Sea. Please look into this slide. And these islands are the disputed territories between China and Japan. And at the same time, when you come to South China Sea, there are several islands, Spratlys, Paracels, and then Scarborough Shoal. These islands are disputed between China on one side, and on the other side Taiwan, Philippines, Brunei, Malaysia and Vietnam. So, these Spratly Islands and other islands in South China Sea are the bone of contention between China as well as 5 countries. They are Taiwan, Philippines, then Brunei, Malaysia and Vietnam. Please don't forget. Look into another group of islands, Kuril Islands. Kuril Islands are situated between the Sea of Okhotsk and North Pacific Ocean. And in fact, these islands are extension of mainland of Japan. And these islands are situated continuously, and some of these islands are bone of contention between Russia and Japan. So if someone asks Kuril Islands, please look into this slide. Kuril Islands are bone of contention between Russia and Japan. Look into the next one. 1735 kilometers DIPP pipeline project. DIPP is Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, Pakistan and India. And don't forget, Turkmenistan has got the world's 4th largest natural gas reserves, and this DIPP pipeline could not take off on the expected lines, and this 1735 kilometers DIPP pipeline project is likely to take off shortly, and it is intended to carry 33 billion cubic meters of natural gas annually for 30 years. And this pipeline project is likely to take off shortly, and it connects Daulatabad gas field in Turkmenistan, and it passes through Herat, Kandahar, Quetta, Multan and reaches Fazilka in India. Right? As the rupee slipped close to 67 per dollar, rupee slipped to around 67, probably the lowest during the past 2 years, and RBI resorted to selling dollars. What is this mechanism? So as to prevent further slide of rupee, when there is a requirement of dollars in the market, what RBI will do? RBI will sell dollars so as to further prevent sliding down of rupee. So RBI will resort to selling dollars when there is a crisis for rupee, and at the same time when there are excess capital flows, when lot of dollars are flowing into the country, then what RBI will do? RBI will resort to purchasing the dollars. That means the main purpose of Reserve Bank of India is to maintain stability of rupee. It should not escalate artificially. It should not go down because of demand for more dollars. Because international transactions are being done mostly in United States dollar. So when dollars are in need, Reserve Bank of India will sell in open market, and when excess dollars are flowing into the country, Reserve Bank will purchase those dollars. So this is the mechanism adopted by Reserve Bank of India to control the value of rupee. So here, as the rupee slipped close to rupees 67 per dollar, Reserve Bank of India resorted to selling of dollars. At the same time, please don't forget, when excess dollars are flowing into the country, Reserve Bank of India will absorb those dollars. Basically, it is the mechanism to ensure fair value for rupee. It should not be affected by excessive capital flows from abroad, and at the same time it should not be affected by more requirement of dollars, or you can say when capital outflows are there. So emerging economies like India most of the times faces these type of problems on the monetary front. So Reserve Bank of India will step in to control this situation. Right friends, Foreign Account Tax Compliance Act. This Foreign Account Tax Compliance Act is between India and United States of America. This is exchange of tax related information between both the countries. So Foreign Account Tax Compliance Act, this was signed some time back. So this Foreign Account Tax Compliance Act is between India and United States of America. This is basically exchange of tax related information between India and the United States of America. And at the same time, please don't forget MCAA, Multilateral Competent Authority Agreement. That is the agreement among several nations. Already more than 90 countries expressed their willingness. More than 60 countries already signed. India signed already in the month of June. So this Multilateral Competent Authority Agreement is with regard to automatic exchange of information among these countries from 2017. So, multilateral competent authority agreement is for automatic exchange of information among these countries, and that is going to be enforced from 2017. And this Foreign Account Tax Compliance Act already executed between India and United States of America, and India started getting tax related information from United States of America. And what I mean to convey with this is, in future there is every possibility that illicit money circulation may reduce substantially if not eliminated altogether because of these acts. Which of the following trade bloc involves India? First one is TPP. TPP is Trans-Pacific Partnership. Recently in principle approval was given, and these 12 countries are part of a Trans-Pacific Partnership that is among 12 Pacific Rim countries. Second block we are talking about is the TTIP. TTIP is a Transatlantic Trade and Investment Partnership. This is yet to be concluded, but this is between United States of America and 28 member European Union. There are several issues which are being sorted out. So, TTIP, Transatlantic Trade and Investment Partnership, is between United States of America and European Union, but yet to be concluded. And ASEAN, all of you are well aware, ASEAN is the grouping of 10 nations, Southeast Asian nations, started in the year 1967, and India is not a member of any of these three groups. And look at RCEP. RCEP also yet to be concluded, but it is going to be a conglomerate of 10 ASEAN countries and 6 trading partners to ASEAN. 16 countries grouping, and India is going to be one of the members of RCEP, Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. Right? So, right choice here is this fourth one, Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. India is going to be one of the member of 16 countries. Look at the next question. Which of the following is released by the Office of the Economic Advisor? And I would like to tell you, this Office of Economic Advisor is under Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion, DIPP. Please don't forget, DIPP releases FDI norms. So, the same DIPP is under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, and it is vested with the release of two figures: wholesale price index and growth of core industries. Wholesale price index and growth of core industries, these two figures are released by Office of the Economic Advisor, Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, please don't forget. And at the same time, I would like to tell you, this core industries are 8, out of which electricity has got the highest weightage, please don't forget. And at the same time, the core industries, these 8 core industries altogether constitute overall around 38% in the index of industrial production. Altogether, they constitute 38% of index of industrial production. But index of industrial production figures, GDP figures, CPI figures, these are released by Central Statistics Office, which is under the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. Right? So, Central Statistics Office is vested with the release of Consumer Price Index, GDP and IIP figures, and Wholesale Price Index and growth of core industries. These two figures are released by Office of the Economic Advisor. Look at the last question. OPEC group. What is OPEC? Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries. This is the grouping of petroleum exporting countries, and to become a member, the country should be net exporter of crude petroleum. To become a member, the country should be net exporter of crude petroleum, and this Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries was started in the year 1960 with Baghdad in Iraq as the headquarters, initially 5 members, Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia and Venezuela. Now it has got 12 members and most likely Indonesia is going to join. So shortly this OPEC will have 13 members, at present they are 12 members, and Indonesia is the most likely to join and it will become 13 members. And here OPEC was formed in the year 1960 by 5 originating members with headquarters at Baghdad, and at present the headquarters is in Vienna, Austria. And this OPEC group contributes to almost 1/3 of the global crude oil production, and they produce around 30 million barrels per day. And recently they took a decision for 2016, the ceiling will be 31.5 million barrels per day. For the year 2015, their ceiling was 30 million barrels per day, and in fact the target was 30 million barrels per day, but they were producing around 31 million barrels per day. Now Indonesia may join and 31.5 million barrels per day will be their target, and they are not reducing production target because of the sole reason, if they reduce the production target, then the shale producers from United States of America may get market share. And as they are not reducing the production target, here the basic problem what they are facing is with regard to the cost. The cost of crude petroleum, because excess supply is available in the world, the cost of crude petroleum is hovering around $40 per barrel. Right friends? With this, let us conclude this questions and answers advanced. Have a nice day. Thank you.